All right, boys, what's up? So I decided that we need to cover a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I think it's very important that we get this out of the way. We're going to be ranking some logos in disc golf, and I didn't grab all of them, but I grabbed what I could find pretty quickly. We'll just go through a short list today and kind of put these things in their place and kind of address some issues with them. I'd like to start with Anthony Barella. We're going to put this right in B tier. The reason being is because I love the logo. I know what it's copying. It's copying one of my favorite logos there is. But what I think it does is it kind of says where he's from, which is fine. Of course, his initials, but they're kind of secretive, hidden in the snake pattern. So I think it's a pretty good logo. It's pretty solid, even though it's really doing a close imitation of a logo that already exists in sports. But hey man, he made it his own, and at least it's not like identical to the Diamondbacks logo, so good on him. Next, I say we look at Brody Smith, which honestly, gonna go ahead and put the Dark Horse logo in A tier. I think it's pretty cool. I think it looks good. Just kind of the fact that he's had it for so long and the ability he's had to stick with it and kind of, keep it and never really refresh and be able to stick with that brand for a long time. It's at least different, and it definitely isn't like just a logo that you make on your own. It's just kind of something he probably thought was cool. I guess it represents like him having some sort of imaginary chip on his shoulder, so whatever that means for him, fine. Next, I want to look at the Kaale logo. Don't look at it too close for too long. You'll be like, what am I looking at here? But I don't like the feel of it. I like how it's different. I like how he can incorporate it in all his stuff. So it's a fun logo. It's nice. He's had it for a long time, and it's kind of just, that's his thing. So I think I will also put this in A tier. That being said, we'll see if anything gets in S tier. Now the one everyone wants to talk about, Calvin's logo. We're just gonna drop that in C tier. It's it's his initials kind of. It's kind of broken. It's kind of moved to, I don't know what he's going for technically. It's just kind of circular, and then there's a square in it, so it's inconsistent with like even the shapes. So I don't know. I'm not a fan. I don't think it belongs in D tier. Chris Dickerson, nothing to write home about, but I don't know. It looks kind of modern and 3D-ish, so props to him on that. Can't do much with his logo. Like, I think he's one of these people that should have like a Tennessee logo, like a Tennessee flag in there would be cool. Something I get behind. Maybe some camouflage in there that's like standard, but if you're changing the color around a little bit, it's not always going to be there, the camouflage, so I think it's fine. Corey Ellis, first thing I thought about was like the Turkish flag logo, and I was very confused by who it was. The E is not like, I don't know, the moon in this, I guess it's a moon and a star, technically. I don't know, it's hard to make out the letters, which is okay, I guess, but it's okay. It's not A tier, so we'll call it B tier. Ezra, this is Ezra Robinson's logo. It's got a lion. It's kind of cool. It's got a cool shape to it. It's distinct. It's just I don't know what makes him identify with a lion, but I think that's cool. So I'm gonna give him an A tier. I think it's cool enough for me to like enjoy. Okay, looking at Ezra Aderhall's logo. It's similar to Chris Dickerson's logo, where it's just two letters. He chose EZ instead of EA, which is fine, I guess. It is what it is. It's very boring. It's not distinctive. We'll call it C tier. That's fine. Goose Gossage. Okay. So this is a cool looking logo. It's got a nice little shape to it overall. I like the blend of the goose. Unfortunately, that is not a goose. That is a swan. I know what a goose looks like. I know what a swan looks like. That is a swan. But assuming people think it's a goose, which most do, I think it's a pretty good logo. The G does not look like a G in any capacity, so that would be a strong knock on it, but at least they gave it an effort. Um, we'll call it a B tier as well. Adam Hammis. I don't know. When I first saw this, I thought of like the Grim Reaper. So it's got like the scythe there. I don't know. I don't know what he's trying to do with it, but I yeah, no. We'll put it in C tier. Maybe drop it down to D tier. I don't know. Just let's skip over it. Isaac Robinson. I love this logo. I'm gonna put this in A tier. I just think it's cool because the I and the R are kind of hidden. I like the arrow right through the middle. It just kind of matches his playing style where he's good. He's all about angles. It's all about being precise. The arrow, I think, is just like, I think an archery theme is like a really cool, and it just makes me think of like Robin Hood. And so, yeah, I'm in on that. Kevin Jones, I think this one's cool too, even though it's kind of plain and simple. It looks familiar. I'm wondering if that's copied off something, but it feels like it's bringing back something else in my memory, but I can't tell what it is. I'm into it. I think it's a cool shape. I kind of like the way they just manipulated it to make it, still edgy, but, kind of all the rectangles and such. I think it's a pretty cool logo overall. This is Luke's real logo. Don't ever look at his LH logo. It's so boring and useless. I love this logo for Luke because it's kind of telling the story. If they could find a way to make an L and an H in this picture with his dog, I think that'd be pretty cool. But don't mess with it. I think it's a good story logo, and everyone knows who he is just because of what he's most famous for. And then if we go to the GOAT, Paul Macbeth's logo, I think this one's pretty classy. I think, yeah, everyone likes wearing it on gear and stuff. The M is kind of confusing the way it works in there. Like, what he's trying to do, but it's just kind of like you start looking at it too much and you're like, that doesn't really make too much sense. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at today. I think this is a strong tier list, and I think it's kind of shaped like a bell curve, which I think these things are technically supposed to be. So we can break down some more logos. Don't forget to check out the sponsors down below, and man, thank you for being a part.